I'm Mark Petty. I'm the audio director for Gearbox Software. About 7 years ago, Gearbox decided to move to Frisco. As a part of that plan, I wanted some dedicated spaces that provided continuity between the control rooms so that listening environment was consistent. Wanted designers to be able to work on content in parallel, but at the same time be able to evaluate that content in the same way. So that when we got closer to mix, the decisions that were made during content were in an accurate environment. We're in the Atmos room. It's discrete 714. We have 4 tops. The LCR is the first generation passive. The sides and surrounds are a Gen 2 self-powered that was a later design of Kevin's. What I wanted was something that was resolute, something that gave me the information that I needed in order to make informed decisions about mix. It's not about it sounding amazing. It's about it sounding exactly as the content should, or how the source was recorded. That's what I wanted. And I spent years in the studio with a lot of other manufacturers of speakers, and as I listened, like there were some speakers I would listen to that were very popular that no matter what you pumped into it, it just sounded good. And I was like, this is not right. So what I wanted for these rooms is I wanted to understand if something sounded terrible, tell me it sounds terrible. And Kevin did a great job at achieving that. So when we started to build these rooms, I started looking for acousticians that could help me design rooms because I needed acoustic help. And we started to put together plans, which went through many iterations. At one point, it was an octagon. We were going to build an octagon. Or actually, that was my idea. Sorry, Kevin. We were going to build an octagon with a Foley stage in the middle with 6 control rooms on the outside. So that was a little crazy. But then we decided to build them in the configuration that they are now, which is 3 and 3 with the VO booth and a Foley stage separate. It's all Dante controlled. The rooms talk to each other. They talk to the recording rooms. He then introduced me to Jason, who stepped me through his vision for the tech. I told him kind of like, here's how I want to work. And Kevin went out to Nashville, spent time with him, and we kind of just laid it out and figured it out. The thing I always appreciate about those guys is the fact that they're not just about the math. They're also about that they want to understand how you work. They want to understand what you're listening for, what feels musical to you. And most of that is a comment on Kevin's side with the acoustics. I didn't want control rooms that felt anechoic. Because those guys are spending sometimes 4 hours at a time in those spaces. So I needed to be comfortable for everybody. Like in thinking about outsourcing things and working with vendors, the one thing that's always a gut check for me is understanding their level of creative involvement. Like how invested are they? Like I obviously care a ton about what's happening here. Do you care that much? And Kevin and Jason do. And that's why I've stuck with those guys for as long as I have, is because they've always been interested in understanding not only the objectives and the goals and the logistics, which is the surface stuff, but they also want to understand you, and they want to understand what you personally want to get out of the mission. And that's hard to find. Like a lot of people, you throw things over the fence, you get a thing back, you give them feedback, they throw something back at you. And it goes back and forth, but you get about 70% there, you know? You don't ever actually capture the creative vision that you have. But with those guys, it was super collaborative. And they did a great job of sort of bringing all of their ideas and their creativity to the table to match